Hi there, it's me, Carol Ann Kaufman, in your next installment of Building a Better You. We're so happy to have you here today. We got a lot of excellent feedback about the homework assignment last week. Many of you went out, went to the karaoke bar, and actually had a good time. So congratulations. And for those of you who thought about it but didn't quite make it out the door, congratulations for thinking about something that seemed really difficult for you. And next time, maybe get your friends together, get out there, and actually just go have a great time. Have some fun out there. Now, today we're going to talk about interpersonal communication, communication apprehension, and I'm calling this segment How to Influence Yourself and Win Friends. So today we're going to just talk about some of the ins and outs of communication. Now, first of all, communication is all about sending and receiving messages, right? So every day we communicate. Whether we say something or not, communication is happening. As a matter of fact, scholars say you cannot not communicate. That no matter whether you're saying something with your voice, with your inflection, with your attitude, your body movement, with your sounds, something is always being communicated. Now, it's important that if you're trying to make an impression on somebody, that you're conscious of the fact that whether you're using the spoken word or not, some kind of message is being given out to the person that you're speaking with. In communication, you have the sender, so I'm sending out a message and you are receiving a message, and that's really the flow that it goes. But communication is a process. It's not a tennis match. It's not just back and forth. It's actually something that builds on itself. That I send out a message, you interpret it, you bring it back to me, I interpret that, and we build and we grow together inside of the communication. Now, if you find that you're just having a tennis match, then perhaps listening isn't happening, perhaps there's no growth happening in the conversation, and that's where you want to take a closer look and see where can you listen a little more effectively? Where can you be more sensitive to the audience that you're speaking to? That's a really important aspect, is really being considerate and open to who you're talking to. Know your audience. If you're talking to somebody that is, very tentative and hesitant, maybe don't come at them with too much energy. Maybe don't overwhelm who you're trying to speak with. Maybe start on their level and build from there. Now, you may really realize that interpersonal communication does communicate quite a bit. If I roll my eyes in the middle of your sentence, you're going to know exactly what I mean. And even if it was just an accident, it's still communicating something to the person that you're speaking with. So that's why we want to really take a closer look to all aspects of personal communication. Now, communication is interpretation, right? That we have shared meanings for things, and that's how we build messages and give and receive messages. But in actuality, you don't necessarily have the same meaning for something as everybody else does. Now, when somebody says bras, people probably think foundation garments, they probably think something that goes under your clothes. For me, I think money, I think hard work. My family is in the bra business, so when I think bras, I think about my mom. I think about, all the ordering that she has to do and all of the people that she's helped in the world. So that's just maybe strange, but a real example of how communication works out in the world. We want to be conscious of the fact that good communication is when we have shared meanings and we're building. We may or may not be communicating if we haven't checked in with somebody else and found out whether or not our meanings are shared, found out whether or not it's something that is really building, or whether you're just sort of talking to yourself and you're both just talking heads, right? That's when we know it's not working. Now, okay, let's talk a little bit more about self-concept, okay? Now, in communication, it all starts with the self, right? If you're the one communicating or you're the one receiving, you want to look at your self-concept. This is a huge aspect of who we are for ourselves. The self-concept is how you see yourself, and that comes from our experiences, our interpretations, and our life path. And how you see yourself definitely affects how we act in the world. If you see yourself as a great person, you probably go out and have a great day. If you see yourself as not such a great person, perhaps your actions are going to reflect that as well. Now, our identity is something that is helped to be created by what other people think of us. We hear other people making statements, we begin to get our interpretation of ourselves through communication with others. That's our identity. And that is an important aspect of our communication. If you can, ask people who they think you are. If you want to be clear about what your identity is for others, if you want to see how your communications are landing for other people, you might just ask. Now, self-esteem, something that's